All right, forgot how to use my camera stand, so it took me a little while to set this up. Hopefully we do okay. What's going on, YouTube? Been a long time since I've made a video. It's been really great to see Anthony Reaper Tate getting all sorts of new books and to see consistent hauls from Hero Hunter 81. Really great to have him back in the community. Before Hero Hunter 81 signed off last time, he showed a Frank Frazetta calendar, and I have something similar here. It's a Movie Monsters sketchbook by Clay McCormack. It's from 2025, but a friend of mine who owns a comic book store showed it recently, and I wanted to just flip through it because the art in here is really exceptional. And it's like A to Z, different monsters from different properties. I don't actually know that one. The Abominable Dr. Fides. Pretty nice. The Bride of Frankenstein, Crypt Keeper, Dracula, Elvira, Frankenstein, Gillman. There's a muck monster I know, Hero Hunter. He used to really like those. Invisible Man, Halloween 3. Hopefully this is right up Clint's alley. Jaws. There you go. Pretty good. And the Kurgan. Some of these I've never heard of. Lucy Westenra and The Mummy. Nice one of Oswald Cobblepot. Nosferatu. Wait for the end on Nosferatu. That's the classic Nosferatu. Quasimodo. Phantom of the Opera. Slimer. Rodan. Hopefully you guys enjoy this. Us. And The Thing. Wolfman, Vincent Price. I guess feel free to just skip through all this, although I think we're getting toward the end. Your Son of Frankenstein, Xenomorph, Your Young Frankenstein, Zool from Ghostbusters, and then look at that one. That's the new Nosferatu. Anyway, just wanted to show that off. I thought it was cool. All right, first book. I actually saw this in a video by Anthony Reaper Tate. Or no, on his Instagram. Really nice green monster cover. Pre-code, Journey into Unknown Worlds 28. Low grade, but presents quite nicely, and I really just wanted it for the cover, so I went ahead and got it. I'm going to show off a whole bunch of dollar books, most of which aren't even bagged and boarded, but free comic book day sale led to some interesting finds in the dollar bin. I think for stores, you know, whether it's free comic book day or not, whether you're talking about like 50-cent bins, dollar bins, $2 bins, it's low risk, high reward because you get to clear space, and you know, theoretically it should be an easy sale, but the low risk is that you do sometimes let first appearances fall through the cracks. You know, not to say that there's anything super valuable in here, but certainly worth more than $1. Punisher 31, First Barracuda. Really iconic Jim Lee Batman cover from 612. I really gotta get these into Mylar. A Jessica Jones #1 variant. Green Lantern 101. I think either the Death of Green Lantern or the first Connor Hawk. Spider-Man Unlimited #1. That was a hot book not too long ago. Was that maybe the first Toxin or something like that? Hulk 3, first Kid Kaiju. Dakota North #1. Can't believe this was in there. Really, this really needs to be in Mylar. Be careful with this one. Suicide Squad #1. Again, not a super valuable book, but certainly worth more than $1. And then I love this cover. The first Scott Snyder on Detective Comics. It's a beautiful jock cover. This is hard to find, but it was in there. First She-Dragon, Savage Dragon #12. This used to be all the rage. First Arrow, I think. New Agents of Atlas #1. That was $1. Champions 22, first Brawn. Now I can be a little bit more dexterous with these. Marvel #1, just, one of those attractive girl covers. Hood #1. A lot of these are doubles. This is a double. $1, why not? Really surprised to find these guys. Captain Marvel 17 and Captain Marvel 14. By the way, if you hear something snoring, it's my dog. These are the early appearances of Kamala Khan, new Miss Marvel. And then one of the first appearances for Jessica Cruz, Green Lantern #20. A couple more. I mean, I think it also goes to show too, right? Like, if you're patient, you can do a lot of damage in a dollar bin. This is another double, triple, quadruple first Lady Deathstrike. And I don't remember this one, but I know there's a first appearance in here. Star Wars Legacy #0. And I think first Anti-Venom? No, first Spider Carnage, sorry. Amazing Spider-Man 418. This is, I mean, that's not $1. That's like a $20 book. And, they do get better, obviously. Batman Beyond, the Free Comic Book Day. I don't know if this or the one with the barcode is considered the official first appearance. But, I've got both now, so that's great. And then first appearance of Photon, Captain Marvel Giant Size #1. And this was great to find. Noble Causes Family Secrets #3. First appearance of Invincible. In $1, I mean, that, like I said, low risk for comic book dealers, high reward, because you get to move stock. But every now and again, something does fall through the cracks. So, really happy to get that. Went to a couple of shows. Was really glad to grab this. This is Amazing Spider-Man 29. Very few Spider-Man books on my want list. Not that this goes for a lot. It's probably a $15 to $20 book. But the key with this is to get it sealed, because there's a CD-ROM inside that plays the book. And so this is completely sealed. The CD is in there. I also think it's a cool cover. But the collectability of this is really in getting the version that is sealed. Fantastic Four 209, first Kirby. Really nice cover here by Carmine Infantino. Superboy 171. This is the first Aquaboy. Really nice cover, clean shape. This was in a used bookstore. Found it in one of their, they had like a long box or 2 long boxes of comic books. This was in great condition for $8. I figured, why not? Just Silver Age goodness there. This is a highly collectible war cover. Star Spangled War Stories 156. You've got the different world leaders. You have Churchill and Roosevelt, and of course Hitler. I think a lot of people just see Hitler's face and think it's a Hitler cover, which it is, but there's context that is missed if you only focus on Hitler. Nice condition on this guy too, probably like an 8.0. This has been on my list for a long time. I was finally able to get it. First appearance of Kate Bishop with Young Avengers Presents Hawkeye. And $30 I paid for this guy. Batman 357 just seemed like a good deal. That's a double. First Killer Croc and Jason Todd. And then a variant of Batman #1. That's the Ethan Van Sciver. I think I paid $5 for that. So pretty good. Winding down with Raw Books. Did visit a few comic book stores. Maybe you shouldn't have got this. I think $20 on this guy. Maybe I overpaid. First Shuri. I owned a lower grade copy many moons ago, and so I was really eager to replace it. It is a cool cover. Her stock has really fallen, and I'm like, why do I even care about that? I almost care more about the cover than the fact that it's the first appearance of Shuri. I'm going to talk about my changing collecting habits toward the end, but these two don't go together really, but I'm going to show them together. Walking Dead 19 and 27. I paid $85 for the pair, and they're both like near mint. Now I've watched The Walking Dead. I've never been like the most avid fan, but I actually bought these for the covers. I know about Michonne, I know about the Governor, but I think in the whole series, these are probably two of the best covers. And, Michonne alone is usually quite expensive. So I was really eager to get these at a good price. Just because I love the cover, which to me is like a surefire sign that you're collecting comics the way you're meant to. I never owned this book. Batman 189, first appearance of the Scarecrow. Mid-grade copy, which is a fine placeholder for the time being. And just a variant that I've always liked. Batman 680, cool Joker cover. I think, I want to say $20 on that one. Didn't get a great deal, but it'll do. It will do. All right. Couple of graded books. Okay, so Amazing Spider-Man Volume 3, issue number 4. That is the first appearance of Silk, Cindy Moon. Now, I really like this cover. Well, I really like the character, and the longer you stare at the cover, in my opinion, the worse it gets. I don't, no offense to Humberto Ramos or Humberto Ramos fans, but I don't think his art doesn't really appeal to me. And I like actually everything about this cover that he did except for Silk. She just seems very anatomically disproportionate for no good reason. I've shown a couple variants in this video. There are some, I think there's going to be, looking back, there's going to be a golden age of variants, and it's going to be Marvel Now and right before Marvel Now. And this definitely falls within that time frame. And also, if you can get variants with first appearances that people care about, I think that's where the money is with variants. Another one that I like is Justice League 29, the all red variant for Jessica Cruz. Stuff like that. Certainly not telling people how to spend money. Some people don't want to really spend money on variants at all. I don't want to unless I like the cover or I like the character. I have a really small box of variants that appeal to me. So like I said, I'm happy to get this. This was an eBay purchase. I think it ended up being $175, which is, $30 below GPA. So, I certainly didn't want to pay a premium for this. And, it's nice to have a 9.8. The big purchase is Detective 184 and a CGC 5.0, first appearance of Firefly. Now Firefly has this really great rainbow cover. A lot of these detective comics will be in low grade and just kind of beat up, and 5.0 is kind of a sweet spot for this book. My goal right now in collecting is to upgrade my key issues, either get CGC 5.0s or 7.5s or 9.0s. I'm going after those numbers. I really want to see consistency across my collection. I don't like when the numbers are kind of all over the place. I've got that in some respects right now of like 4.5s and 6.5s. I just want to kind of have a baseline and keep climbing from there, and it's going to help me be picky. But I've got this 5.0 here of a first appearance of a major Batman villain, and that's something else that I'm going to be doing, is really focusing on major Batman issues. So that's my haul right now. I've had these sitting on a desk for several weeks, and I do that because if I put them away, I'm less likely to make a video. Not that I make videos that often, but hopefully you found this entertaining and informative, and looking forward to hearing about you and your thoughts in the comments. Take it easy, everybody.